John, Teledyne took over LeCroy for a short time, and are there now new products coming out of these combinations of companies, and how does these products fit in the embedded world?
Yes, the acquisition took place last summer. Teledyne had acquired LeCroy, and LeCroy is well known for its oscilloscopes and its protocol analyzers. And so the product lines are staying pretty much the same, and what we're going to do is continue to service basically any company who is doing development in the embedded area.
Okay, so you know, the trend to high integration in the embedded world is still there. How is it possible to probe into these high integrated embedded systems? How can you get information out of it?
So yes, this is a key component for doing proper testing. The tools that I'm currently responsible for is basically the PCI Express protocol analyzer and exerciser product line. What we've done is we've basically have three focuses that we do for probing. One is what we call the standard multi-lead probing, which is taking and soldering down right onto the PCI Express signal line and doing our probing that way. Another way that's available is we call mid-bus probing. Mid-bus probing uses a standard footprint that a company has to lay down on the board ahead of time, and then that provides contact to our protocol analyzer equipment. A third one that I think is extremely important and saves developers a lot of time in testing is what we call the interposer. Interposer is kind of a tapping board that allows you to quickly plug into a backplane and basically situate itself between a host and device and monitor, capture traffic between protocol traffic that's occurring between those two devices. That is the fastest way to do probing. The other ones are more evasive and requires a lot of thought and in terms of situating the connectivity.
Okay, and if you look at embedded systems, the performance is also increasing steadily, and measurement instruments must be more powerful than the systems measure. How do you realize this situation?
Yes, performance is always a key issue for developers. A lot of times, especially with PCI Express, we find that companies are able to use off-the-shelf components and put them together. But what sometimes happens is when they do the driver work, the firmware, sometimes the performance is not what they had hoped for. Yes, they work, but performance levels may be substandard. And as a result, in the end, quality may not be achieved in terms of customer satisfaction. So having a protocol analyzer gives you access to certain views on the bus, on the PCI Express bus, allowing you to see traffic behaviors. And those particular behaviors can cost you in terms of, for example, exchanging buffer credits between a host and device, causing you to have to retransmit maybe several times, costing you key performance. Other issues in terms of being able to link up in a device, in a host system, may not come up exactly the way it's been detailed out in the plan, and so as a result there may be more retransmissions that occur. And so having a protocol analyzer allows us to quickly understand what's happening there and allow developers to, especially software developers, to find those issues early.
Okay. LeCroy instruments were used in the general electronics business. So are there differences in the embedded world? Do you have special requirements from your customers from this side?
Yes. In the embedded world, there's a lot of standards. For example, there's a few companies. The PCI SIG, of course, has developed the PCI Express protocol specification. But the form factors that PCI Express takes can be wide and varied. So there are a couple of standards companies, for example, Vita and PicMig, who define standards like CompactPCI Serial or VPX or Advanced Mezzanine Card or ATCA with the micro TCA form factors. These types of form factors require us to do, once again, a better job at doing probing. And as I mentioned earlier about the interposers, we make a dedicated interposer for each one of those form factors, those PCI Express form factors. And that in itself saves developers time with being able to quickly plug in and take a measurement.
And can you give us a little outlook in the future? What will come from Teledyne LeCroy?
What's that again, sorry?
Can you give us a little outlook view in the future? What comes from?
Yes,
will come from?
A lot of excitement is happening in the PCI Express storage area. Over the last couple of years, a lot of information is coming out about new SSDs that use a PCI Express host interface, and this host interface is extremely difficult to debug, and the protocol analyzers that we're making now have the ability to do decodes for technologies like NVM Express, SCSI Express, SATA Express. And in addition to that, what we're trying to do is, once again, as we've done with the embedded board form factors, is provide new probing that will make it quicker to take the measurements. So we are introducing soon an SFF 8639 interposer, which will allow you to plug SSD devices and basically interpose between a backplane and these devices and be able to understand the traffic.
Okay, thank you very much, John.
Thank you.